Hi my lovelies and welcome to this Vinyasa flow class. So today we're really going to be focusing on transitions and moving through the flow with the breath, so finding some really fluid movement and really blowing away any cobwebs. So we're kind of starting to move into spring, so we're just trying to release any old energy, make space for some new energy to come into the body. If you haven't practiced with me before, I'm Rosie. I'm a 200 hours Vinyasa flow and yin teacher. There are new classes kind of uploaded on this YouTube every week, so if you do really like them, please subscribe. We are going to get started today in a kneeling position. So coming towards the back of your mats and just starting by taking the knees a little bit wider than hip distance and just taking hands down onto the thighs, taking that gaze forwards and closing down through the eyes. And we'll just start here by allowing that body to settle. So it might be that you take the hips side to side. Maybe you inhale, just draw the shoulders up towards the ears. As you exhale, roll them down. So we're just allowing those shoulder blades, that little bit of space opening up through the chest. And then coming to find this stillness. Just noticing at the start of practice how the breath feels here. So we're just noticing that process of inhaling, breathing in, allowing that energy to start to move, to flow through the body. And as we exhale, allowing everything to release. So maybe you sink that little bit deeper into your seat, just allowing the body to be heavy. So really just focusing the mind in on the breath, maybe scanning over the body, just noticing how the body's feeling and trying to be as present as possible. So we're not thinking about how the body might have felt yesterday, how it might feel tomorrow, just how the body feels in this very moment. It's just a few more breaths here with the eyes closed. And then slowly, when you're ready, fluttering open those eyes. So taking your time, just coming into the space, into the room. And we're going to start by just taking the left hand behind us. And as we inhale, just sweeping this right arm up towards the sky, lifting up through the hips. So we're taking the weight into that back hand. And then we want to take the right hand and see if we can just cradle the head. So we're taking the weight of the head into the right hand and just pivoting the chest up towards the sky. And taking a releasing breath here, so breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth as we exhale, just rounding, dropping the hips back down, allowing the hand to hold on to the head as we come back round through center, and then switching sides. So right hand comes down as we inhale, the left arm sweeps up, we lift those hips again. And again, taking left hand just behind the head, cradling the weight of the head, seeing if we can rotate that chest up towards the sky, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, just blowing away those cobwebs as we land the hips again. And just continuing with this movement. So this time, not taking hold of the head, just lifting up, extending through the fingertips, and just moving between the two sides. So exhaling as the hips come down. Inhaling as we lift up through the hips, pushing down through one hand, extending through the other. So just dancing through, allowing that breath to really move you. Moving at the speed of your breath, so there's no rush here. Just going at a speed that works for you. Just taking one more on each side. Really breathing into the hip space. And then when you're ready, when you've taken that last one, just coming back down through center. And as we arrive, sweeping that right hand behind you, taking left hand to the right knee. Inhaling here, finding some length through the chest. Exhale, taking that gaze behind, so just coming into an easy twist. Again, staying with that breath here, nice inhale through the nose. As you exhale, allow it out through the mouth, just turning around to the other side. Right hand comes to the left knee. We find that length through the chest as we exhale, gaze behind us, coming into that twist. Breathing in here. Exhale, releasing as we come through center, and then moving the hands forwards. Nice smooth transitions, just coming into a tabletop. So you might take those knees a little bit nearer. So hips stacked above knees, shoulders above wrists, coming into this tabletop. And we're going to push down through that left hand as we inhale here, just peeling right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, threading the right hand through to the left hand side of the mat, taking the ear almost down towards the floor. And we're going to stay with this movement. 2 more on this side. So we inhale, peel that right arm up. Exhale, sweep it through. Just taking 1 more inhale. Nice extension through the fingertips. Exhale, this time drawing that right hand down, coming back towards the mat, so taking the other side. So this time we inhale, left arm comes up towards the sky. Exhale, left arm sweeps through. We bow down, taking 2 more, inhale, lifting. Exhale, threading the arm through to the right hand side. 1 more inhale, lift up. Nice long line as we exhale, taking that hand down to the mat, tucking under those toes, lifting up through the knees, hips draw up and back, coming into a downward facing dog. This is the first one of practice, maybe first one of the day. So I just invite you here to take a big pedal out through the feet. Maybe you inhale and simply just come up onto the toes, rocking forwards. Exhale, draw the heels down. And the heels don't have to arrive on the mat, it's just an idea of where they're going. So inhale, peeling up. Exhale, releasing. Inhale, 1 more, peel up. Exhale, release. Finding some stillness here. And then when we're ready, gently just tiptoeing those feet in towards the hands. You're going to find a nice bend through the knees here, taking feet hip distance apart, transferring that weight into the feet, and then taking left hand down in front of the left foot. We're going to straighten through the right leg, bend through the left. We inhale, peel the right arm up towards the sky. Again, long line of energy, gaze towards the fingertips. And we're just going to flow. So as we exhale, right hand comes down, front of the right foot. We bend that right leg, straighten through the left arm peels up on that inhale. So just moving between the 2 sides. Exhale to come down, inhale, peel, right arm comes up. Exhale, moving over. This might be when you start to employ that ujjayi breath, if that's something you work with. So nice deep inhale through the nose and out of the nose. Exhale, coming down. Just 1 more. Inhale, peel, right arm goes up. Exhale, that right arm draws down. We inhale, peel, left arm up. Last one. Exhale, coming back down through center. Nice bend through both of the knees, taking hands to opposite elbows. So just small sway here, side to side, and then slowly rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae, allowing the hands to drop. Head, neck, shoulders roll up last. Maybe we scrunch those shoulders up towards the ears, roll those shoulders back again as we arrive to Tadasana. Next inhale that we find, sweeping those arms up towards the sky. We exhale, palms come together, and Jali Mudra through heart center, coming down into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the shins, gaze forwards. Exhale, we place the hands, step the feet back towards this high plank. Drop the knees, untuck toes, lower the chest down to the mat on the exhale. As we inhale, baby cobra, we lift up through the chest. Maybe those fingertips come up off the mats. Exhale, hands come down, toes tuck under, hips draw back, downward facing dog. So again, taking any movement that you need here, pedaling out through those feet. First inhale that we take, we're going to sweep that right foot up towards the sky. And you might take a bend through that right knee, rotate right knee out towards the side, find a little bit of an opening here through the hips, seeing if you can keep the shoulders where they are. Taking a big breath in. As we exhale, the right knee comes towards the nose. And then we take the right foot over towards the left-hand side of the mat. So we're coming on to the knife edge of the right foot, coming on to the sole of the left foot, ignore me, peeling that left arm up towards the sky. So we're coming into a fallen star, we're pushing down through the right hand. Take a big breath in here. As we exhale, dropping the hips down, so you're going to end up in this straddle position, probably facing the back of your mat. And we've got the legs open. And from here, just taking a wiggle out through the feet. So it might be that the legs are super wide. If at any point the knees feel a little bit tight, just bringing the feet in slightly. You might take a block underneath your seat. We're going to come into a forward fold or maybe a rolled up blanket. So we inhale, just drawing arms up. Flexing through the feet so we keep everything active. As we exhale, starting to fold down. So we want to keep the back nice and straight. And then just taking fingertips down towards the floor. So you've got this space and we're allowing that breath to move through us. So as we inhale, just lifting up. As we exhale, folding down. So just undulating, taking 2 more of these here. Inhale, just coming up towards those fingertips. Exhale, releasing down. Just taking 1 more. Inhale, peel up. Exhale to release. Staying with that breath. Taking 1 more inhale. As we exhale, peeling all the way up, using those hands to walk you back as the torso lifts. And we're going to take the right foot to the outside of the left knee. So you might have to scooch yourself back onto the mat a little. So we're going to take right fingertips behind us as we inhale, sweeping that left arm up towards the sky. As we exhale, either taking a hug of that right knee or taking the elbow to the outside. We breathe in here, find that little bit of length through the torso. As we exhale, maybe that gaze comes behind us. We come into that twist. Taking 1 more breath in here. Exhale, gently releasing, taking both of those hands around to the left-hand side of the mat and just pushing down. So we're finding that little bit of a counter twist. And then unraveling through the legs, taking them out long. Left hand is going to come behind us again. And as we inhale, we're going to see if we can reach that right arm up and pivot ourselves into a side plank. So we're coming on to the knife edge of the left foot, right foot stacked above. Right arm reaching up. We've got that gaze up towards the hand. Just taking 1 big breath in here. And as we exhale, picking this right foot up and seeing if we can step it to the front of the mat, come onto the back toes, lifting those arms up, arriving in a high lunge. Taking a big breath in. As we exhale, hands come down through heart center, coming onto that left back knee, untucking the left toes. It's just pausing here as we inhale, lifting up. So keeping everything active. As we exhale, taking hands down, framing the foot. So we're coming into a bit more of a runner's lunge. And we're going to start to straighten through that right leg. Flex through the right foot, coming in to a half splits. Now, option to pause here in this half split to take that time. Or if you wish to inhale, move forwards into that lunge. And to move between the two. So we're undulating. As we exhale, straightening that leg, flexing the foot towards us. As we inhale, moving forwards, lifting through the chest, opening through the heart space. So if you're undulating, just taking 1 more. Exhaling back. Inhaling, lifting through the heart, lifting through the chest, forwards. If you're still in that half split, meeting us here in the runner's lunge. And then framing the foot and a tuck under back toes. Step the right foot back. So we're coming into this high plank and taking your vinyasa. So either taking knees and chest as we did before or rocking forwards on those toes on the exhale, taking chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra as we did at the start of class or upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck under the toes, drawing it back, downward facing dog. Taking a moment to check in, maybe a releasing breath in through the nose, sighing out through the mouth, and then we come to find the other side. So as we inhale, left leg sweeps up this time.
We take a bend through that left knee rotates out to the side, shoulders staying where they are, that opening through the hip. Taking another breath in here. As we exhale, left knee comes towards the nose. And then we step that left foot out towards the right hand side of the mat, coming onto the sole of the back foot. We inhale, peel that right arm up towards the sky, coming into a fallen star. Breathing in here. And as we exhale, releasing bum down to the mat, we're going to come into that straddle again. So just taking, again, a moment to settle as we arrive, working out where the placement of the feet is comfortable for you. And then when we're ready, flexing through the feet. Inhale, reaching those arms up. Exhale, slowly starting to fold forwards. When we feel that back rounding, just taking those hands down for the support. And again, finding these undulations. So we inhale, lift up. Maybe coming up onto the fingertips. Exhale, come down. Just taking 2 more, inhaling. And this movement can be super small. Exhale to release. It doesn't have to be big. 1 more, just inhaling up. Exhale, releasing down, pausing here. Taking 1 more inhale. As we exhale, fingertips come towards us as the torso lifts and we come into that twist again. It's taking the left foot to the outside of the right knee. You might scoot yourself onto the mat again that little bit more, flexing through the right foot. Left hand is going to come behind us as we inhale, right arm sweeps up towards the sky. As we exhale, either finding a hug of that knee or taking elbow to the outside, keeping flex through the fingertips. We inhale here, find that lift. Exhale, move into the twist. Taking 1 more breath here, inhale. Exhale, gently release, both hands come over to the right, finding that little counter twist, pushing down towards the floor. And then we uncross those legs. This time right fingertips behind us, and we're going to see if we can inhale, coming onto the knife edge of the right foot, lifting up through the left arm, finding that side plank, gazing up towards the hand. 1 big breath in. As we exhale, left foot steps towards the front of the mat. We push down through the foot. Inhale, lift up, finding that high lunge. Breathing in. Exhale, palms come together through heart center as we lower that back knee, coming into that low lunge, untucking back toes. Taking those hands down, framing either side of the foot, throwing a bit more of a runner's lunge, and then straightening through that left leg, flexing through that left foot, dropping hips back, coming into this half splits. Again, option here to pause here to take some time in the half splits, or if you want to undulate, inhale, moving forwards, coming into that runner's lunge. Exhale, drawing back. So just taking 2 more of these. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhale. And exhale, draw back. Next inhale, everybody meeting, runner's lunge. As we arrive, framing that foot, taking palms of the hands down, tucking under the right toes, stepping left foot back. We're in that high plank, moving through your vinyasa again. On the exhale, either coming down through knees and chest or chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck under toes, drawing everything back. And as soon as we arrive in this down dog, taking that break, dropping down through the knees, untucking toes, coming into a child's pose. Your choice to take the knees wide here or to keep narrow leg. Reaching those arms out in front. So getting that stretch through the upper body. Maybe you take a sway here side to side. Finding that little bit of movement. So as we sink into this child's pose, just thinking about that opening through the chest, if you're in a wide leg, through the hips, through the arms, And as we inhale, just seeing if we can send the breath into these openings. So breathing into that heart space, breathing into the hips, and allowing the body to start to settle here, sinking in. Taking just one more breath. And then ever so slowly just starting to peel up. As we start to arrive in that kneeling position again, just taking the legs out long in front. And taking a flex through the feet. We're going to come into a Paschimottanasana, so a forward fold. So if you'd like to take a block underneath your seat, if it gives you that little bit of extra length, feel free to take one now. So we're just flexing through the feet as we inhale, drawing those arms up and above the head. As we exhale, just starting to fold down, keeping that back nice and straight. And you might choose to take fingertips around the big toe. And just use those hands to give you that little bit of resistance. So elbows come out to the side. And we just inhale here to find that lift. Exhale to settle in. It might be that you close the eyes when you arrive. Just noticing sensation through the hamstrings, through the legs. Keeping a slight bend in the knees. So we don't want to be locking anything out. So always just taking that micro bend. Taking one more breath here, inhale. Exhale, gently releasing those feet, peeling back. And then using those hands to help you just move into the middle of the mat. Coming down onto the back. And just taking feet, soles of the feet up towards the sky. And it might be that you grab hold of the ankles or the calves, maybe the sides of the feet. And just dropping knees to either side of the body, so coming into a happy baby. Just opening through that hip space. And you might find stillness here, or you might find it nice to take that movement, to take a gentle rock from side to side. And in our happy baby, just taking a moment here, we're starting to wind down, moving towards our Shavasana. So just asking yourself where would feel most comfortable for you. So we have our traditional Shavasana, legs out long, arms to either side of the body. But it might be that today you feel like curling up on the side of the body, maybe lying on the belly. So really just taking a second before you start to move, thinking about where would be most comfortable. And then slowly starting to move towards there, popping on any extra layers that you might want, maybe grabbing hold of a blanket, and just really allowing yourself to find a spot that works for you. Taking any last movement you need before we settle into this stillness. It might be that we keep that attention to the breath, so if you are on the back, maybe you take the hands onto the belly, maybe one hand on the heart space. Just again noticing that breath. So with the eyes closed, just checking in. Has that breath changed at all from the start of practice? It might just be that it feels that little bit deeper now. So again, we're in this period of flow, this period of transition. The weather is starting to change. So again, just allowing ourselves to let go of any old energy with that exhale. As we inhale, allowing the body to just fill back up. We're allowing ourselves to refill the cup here, to restore, to reset. Just taking this moment of rest at the end of practice.
whatever position that we're in now, wherever you may be, breathing in, allowing that energy, imagining it filling up the body. As we exhale, gently starting to bring that movement back in. Maybe you take a stretch overhead and slowly just starting to move your way in whatever way feels comfortable up towards seated, really taking your time as we come back here. Coming into a cross-legged position, keeping eyes closed, and just taking one hand onto the chest, the other hand on top. Breathing in, taking a moment, noticing how body feels, how breath feels. And really thanking yourself for finding the time to refill that energy, finding that time to restore. Taking a nice big breath in through the nose. Exhale, releasing out through the mouth. Gently fluttering open the eyes, releasing the hands, just coming back to the space, back to the room. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me today. I hope that was a flow that you really enjoyed. As I said at the start, there are going to be new classes on this channel every week, and there are already so many to choose from over on YouTube, really ranging in style from vinyasa to yin to slow flow to power, meditation. So feel free to take a look through, and if you do like them, please subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you're practicing, and I hope you have a lovely rest of the day.